Hello and welcome back. My name is Abby. This is Craft Studio. I'm enjoying some hot coffee with some gingerbread cookie creamer, I believe it was called. So I'm trying to get into the festive spirit. I know we're kind of done with fall and we're moving into the holiday season, but I still have some fall things that I'm finishing up. And so I hope you don't mind if I share those with you first. I do have some Christmas projects to share with you. But I thought I would go over the old ones first and then move on to the new ones. But first, get yourself a cup and your favorite chair and a project, and let's get into this. Okay, so first I wanted to share this crow pot holder that I finished. If you watched my last video, it was part of the crochet fall crochet pot holder bundle. So I had like a scarecrow, a pumpkin, a pie, some other stuff. But anyway, the crow was on my list of what to do next. So I did finish that up. However, yes, he's supposed to have eyes. However, I could not find my safety eyes. Although I had found them, I lost them again. That's what happens when you move things around and you really don't have a designated spot. That's what happens. But anyway, it looks okay without the eyes. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It kind of looks like he's sleeping. But anyway, so I finished that. So that is super cute. I've actually been using it on my table for my iron when I am ironing fabric. So it was really cute to use for that. It's just the right size, but I love the little feet and the little wings. It was just really cute. A fun project. It was quick. So I will put the link to, I'm sorry, excuse me. I will put the link down in the description box if you're interested in that. Very easy to follow patterns, very easy stitches. Just fun. It's just fun and relaxing. If you like to do projects in the season you're in, those are perfect. I also wanted to share something that I noticed from my last video that was so funny, and I didn't realize it until I went to put my flower hexagons together. I don't know if you'll notice this, but this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, yeah, this does not have 6 sides. It only has 5. It's supposed to have 6. And I made the whole thing with just 5. So when I sat down and I was like, okay, I'm going to start piecing these together. And I was like, wait a minute. This has 6. This is what it's supposed to be like. This has 5. This is wrong. So I can't even use it. Oh well. I still have a good stack, and I have not started piecing them together, but that just really took the wind out of my sails, I'll tell you. Now I still have ends to weave in on a few of them, but after I get done doing that, I do want to start piecing them together just to kind of see what it looks like. And if you're interested, I will share that. See, I still have this one to do. Still have this one to do. Weaving in my ends. That's done. That's done. And that's done. I used to leave all of my ends until the end, but I decided it is better to weave in as you go. I think it's just better. So anyway, that was just a little funny tidbit. Well, it's not funny, but it's funny from video before. Okay, so I wanted to share a new a new craft I am learning, and kind of well, it's a beginner thing, you know. And I found this loom. It's called a peg loom, and this is the box it came in. It's actually a child's loom, but since I'm a beginner, I've seen, really nice big real ones for like $200. Well, I'm not going to put that much money into it when I don't even know if I like it, if I can do it. So I found this very inexpensive one. I think it was $15 on Amazon, and it's a child's loom. And I just to get my feet wet, just to see how I like it. I also really wanted to get my daughters in on it, because they enjoyed making those pot holders so much. And I thought, well, why don't we try something, a little close to it. So anyway, but they haven't done it. So anyway, I started doing it. And you can use yarn. That's what's exciting about this. For the pot holder, whatever it's called, you have to use the loops. Well, this you can use yarn, which I have plenty of yarn. I did not have that much loops, so I had to buy some. So anyway, I thought this would be a fun project, and I also have a book from my library that I found, and it has all kinds of different projects and how to make different things on the loom. So this is Innovative Weeding on the Frame Loom, and this is by Noreen Crone Finlay, and she does have a channel here on YouTube and videos on how to make all these great things. So, and I did not even know you can make dolls, you can make little toy animals, purses, bags, of course, tapestries, things to hang on the wall. She made even a little needle book for her sewing. And she has lots of pictures. And of course you can use different fibers to weave. So anyway, very interesting book, very cool. I checked this out from my library, so I didn't have to buy it. And when I purchased this loom on Amazon, it actually had a video on how to set it up and how to start weaving. It does come with instructions on how to do that, and pictures, and it does come with some yarn to start off with. But I had my own, and I really wanted to try just to see how it goes. So anyway, that is something I am working on, and it is very relaxing, and I think it is anyway. I think it's very relaxing. But I don't know what this will be yet. We will see, and I'll just share my progress as we go along. Very fun. So that's that, okay? And it comes with a big needle to weave with. Okay, what was the next thing? Okay, so I wanted to share my progress on my knit block that I've been working on. Let's see, I think I was working on this cream colored one, my last video, so I did finish it, and I had 4, so I decided I would go ahead and put them together and see what I thought. And so in the video tutorial how she closes them up, she uses a whip stitch, and excuse me, she puts wrong sides together, and so that's what I did. And I decided to flip-flop them, so this one is going down, this one is going up, just for more visual, I love texture, and I love eye-catching things. So, and I wanted to use the black just because I thought it would show up and be a good contrast with, because most of the colors are neutrals, I thought black would be a good eye catcher. But I also wanted to knit one of, I haven't weaved in the ends. I also wanted to knit one of these blocks. Oh, they're just so beautiful. They're just so beautiful, and I love them. They're squishy. One of the acorns is taller than the other because I actually knitted an extra row when I should have stopped. So that's funny. And so I got this black yarn to make I'm sorry, black block in this Afghan, and this was, at first I was like, oh my, it was a little bit more difficult trying to keep track of where I was with the black yarn because it was so, it's really dark, can't see it very well. But anyway, I think this will look really nice with the others. It'll be a nice contrast. Oop. Just lost one of my stitch markers. Aren't these cute? I got these little snowflake stitch markers. So anyway, yeah, I've been working on that. So that's the next one. And that is the Premier Anti-Pilling Everyday Worsted. And I bought just 3 balls of this, and I think I will do the border in the black as well as stitching them together. But I will not, the majority of these will be the neutral colors. They will not be the black. I'll just have the black kind of scattered in there. I just think the black will really help to bring out the other colors and the design that's on the other colors. Now, I did think about, oh, wouldn't this be lovely in, like, you know, a really dark green? Wouldn't this be pretty in a dark red? Wouldn't this be... But the truth of the matter is that I want the design to stand out, not the color. So that is why I'm doing it in the neutrals. I really want to showcase the design because I just love it so much. Now, I am sorry to say that this particular knit sampler Afghan is no longer being available on the Annie's website. I did look. However, the crochet one is available. I'm not sure why the knit one is no longer available. I do know they're doing 2 new knit Afghans, so maybe that's why this one is not available right now, but they may make it available again. It's just not right now. I'm not sure. But it was the, let me show you the little, it's the Annie's Stitch Sampler Afghan. So it was a block of the month. Yeah, block of the month club. So it came with the pattern books, it came with video tutorials, it came with all the yarn you needed. So anyway, so that's that. Okay, so I wanted to share another fun thing I have been trying in knitting, and it's, let's see, that's what my stitch marker was for. I think it was on this one. I am trying interlocking. So I started this scarf, and I found it on, is it Big Happy Yarn? I will put the link down below. There's a channel and then there's a website, and they had this pattern for an interlock scarf, and so I've been following along, and that's how it started. This is a whole new way of knitting. I've never learned this before. I didn't know how to do it. But I will say the videos are very well done, and I like it because, again, of the texture. The texture of it is just amazing, and how beautiful it looks. And I chose this yarn. I'm making a scarf for myself. This is Red Heart Super Saver, and this colorway is Reef, but I just loved all those colors. So I just think that's so cool. So I will share more of that when I have more done, but I just like how it, you know, crisscrosses, and I don't know, it makes the knitting pop out instead of just laying flat, so it gives it some texture, and then you have the different colors, which gives it even more visual. So, but it's a lot of back and forth. I will say that. I don't know that I could make a blanket with this pattern unless I get it down really well and I can pick up my speed. But I'm really slow at this right now just because I'm trying not to mess it up. But it is a lot of back and forth, so a smaller project. I wonder if I could make a hat with this. I think a hat would be really pretty as well. Anyway, there he goes. I do like trying new things, especially things that look difficult, but they're not. They just look like, wow, that would be really hard, but then you try it and you're like, wow, this is really easy. I mean, it uses basic stitches, knit, purl, and then purl two together, and then slip knit. I mean, that's all it is. So anyway, okay, so that's that. Okay, so this is the fall throw that I was working on, and I have gotten quite a ways on it. I pieced the backing together just using fat quarters, which I believe are 18 by 24. So they're just kind of big rectangles. So that's what I did for the backing, and I will hold it up so you can see it. So it is not all the same fabric. This is the back. So I had one big piece that I did there, another big piece that I did there, and then I had fat quarters that I did for the bottom. So those are the two at the bottom. So that's the back. This is the front. Now it started out just these blocks. I tried to do the half and half blocks, as you can see, the half light, half dark, and only a few of them turned out actually square or rectangle. Some of them turned out like in a triangle, and they would not work. So I had to not use those because that would just make it even more difficult to fit everything together. I did, however, make some, let's see, where are they? Some light blocks that I had left over. So I made these light and then just put two darks in the middle. But all of these fabric strips I cut myself from pieces that I had purchased. And then yes, I did start a satin binding, which I really don't like. I think I'm going to rip that out and redo that because I don't like it. And also I'm thinking about making it bigger. I went ahead and put it together front and back, and then I have the binding in the middle, or not the binding, I'm sorry, the batting. The batting in the middle, but I really think I would like it bigger. I was thinking at first that I just wanted it long and skinny to hang on the back of our couch, just kind of as a decoration. I mean, we could still use it, but it's not really going to be a full-size quilt or a lap quilt. But since I have already put so much work into this already, and it is beautiful, I was thinking about adding to it and making it full-size. So I called my aunt, who is an avid quilter. I'm still a beginner. This is my second quilt. So I still have so much to learn. I still make so many mistakes. So I called her and I asked for some help because I was really having a lot of trouble with the corners of the binding. I cut it and tried to fit it, and it just turned out terrible. And I had binding trouble with the other quilt I made, the first quilt I made. I had the same problem with the binding. I had to rip it out and redo it at least 3 times. And that's so frustrating, especially because you're at the end of your project and you're like, all I have to do is put the binding on and then I'll be done. And you're so excited, but then that last part gives you so much trouble. And I watched at least 4 videos on how to do binding. And I was like, okay, I've got this. I can do this. So anyway, I'm going to get some help with this and I'm going to try to finish it. And I will share my progress. But it's pretty big. It's long, but it's not very wide. So I don't know how well you can see that, but there it is. So, yeah. I think it's, I don't know how many blocks it has. But anyway, I really like it. But it was a fall themed and now we're out of fall. But I really don't want to leave this until next year. I don't want to pack it up and put it until next fall and try to finish it. I'd really like to finish it so that next fall I can pull it out and it's done. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, so that is one project. It is still still needs to be worked, or still needs to be worked on. So I will just hang it right back here. Okay. So I told you I do have some Christmas projects that I did get out and I'm going to start working on. So I will quickly share that and then we will be done, I think. I had started a Christmas Afghan last year and I lost the pattern. It was a Hirschner's blanket kit. So it came with the yarn, the pattern, and everything. And about halfway through, I lost the pattern. And so I decided, well, I didn't want to waste the yarn, and it was our Christmas Afghan, a family Christmas Afghan, so I didn't want to just start over. So I started finding other blocks that I liked and just kind of making it, just making it a scrappy Afghan. And as in lots of different designs, lots of different blocks, but the same yarn. So that is what I started doing. I did not finish it, so hopefully I will be able to finish it this year. We'll see how it goes, but I will share that really quickly and tell you my plans about that. The original blocks for this Afghan were these solid granny squares in the green and red, okay? And then the other were these swirls in the eggnog color, I believe, okay? So I did a stack of those, okay? Then I lost the pattern. So I did a couple of these blocks, which are just presents. They're made to look like Christmas packages. I did this pretty heart granny square. I did this one, which I think I'm going to make look like mini packages. I'm going to do the stitching over them like I did in this one and make it look like little packages. I think I'm going to do that. So I need to do that. I need to put it in my to-do pile. And then, let's see. I made some in these really pretty, this was a vintage pattern I found on Etsy, and it was called Window Pane Posies, I think. But the blocks are bigger than these. They're bigger in size, so they won't fit. So I'm going to have to use them. I was thinking I would use them and make a pillow to kind of go along with the Afghan because it's with the same yarn and colors. So I have 2 of those. I made one in red and one in the green. And then I have this wreath block, which is too big also. And then this was supposed to be a holly block, but it doesn't really look too much. Oh, that's backwards. This was supposed to be a holly block, but it didn't turn out exactly right. But it's still pretty. I like the front post stitches. So it's just more of a design, kind of a mosaic design. So, but that's still too big, so I'm gonna have to use this for something else. And then I made some hexagons, which I thought about maybe squaring these off, and I could still use them in the Afghan. So that, I think that would be pretty easy to do. And then these beautiful blocks, I'm going to use these. These were from Wool Thread Paint, and this is from one of her Christmas Afghans. And I just love these. These are probably my all-time favorite blocks because they look like hearts. I think they're the heart circle or something. And then I made this one, which kind of reminds me of a, what is it, poinsettia. But this is, it's just the size of the block. You want them to kind of be close, you know. Oh, and then I made these, which ended up being too small. But I could still put these together to make one side maybe of a pillow. So, yeah. I still have a lot of work to do. But I did lay it out on the floor and tried to piece it together to see what I have to work with and what I need to make more of. So I have taken inventory of what I still need to do and how many more I need to make a Afghan. It's not going to be huge, but I'll just do the best I can. And the blocks that are too big and the blocks that are too small, I will make one side of a pillow. I will make, actually, two sides of a pillow, put them together. So I think that's what I've decided to do. So anyway, maybe I'll have some progress to share with you next time on that. So I think that is all I have to share with you today. I really want to try to make some stockings. I found a tutorial for, they're kind of chevron scrap stockings, and I would like to make a stocking for my mom, and so I'm going to try that. I do have some Christmas fabric. I wanted to make a Christmas quilt, but I'd really like to finish my fall quilt first. So that may be pushed into January, you never know. But anyway, we still have some Christmas decorating to do. We did get our tree up and the wreath on the door, but we still have some more things to get done. But time just flies by so fast, especially when you're working and you just try to find time to squeeze in here and there to do things. But we took the kids out and looked at some Christmas trees and got some Christmas movies, and so had a little bit of fun. But anyway, I hope you are doing well, and I hope I see you again here next time. So take care, God bless, and I will see you in the next video.